Because you come in here with the prank.
Oh, hey, chatter.
All right. There is a whole lot of chatter out there. This Mona announcement really shook things up. That first hour felt like a speed date, but by hours 2 and 3, Mona and the JBP chemistry got put to the test, so let's talk about it. Out the gate, Mona has already managed to trigger Flip.
No, you come in here with the prankster shit. I'm not a prankster. Stop saying.
I tell you one thing, Mona was ready to set it off on Flip, but she forgot he did the same thing last time.
Oh, I guess it was.
He's trying to cut my mic.
Extra hot, nigga.
He was trying to help.
He's trying to
What's wrong with you?
He was trying to.
Are you
Yeah.
crazy? Stop.
He's trying to cut my
He
mic.
might be hating.
I think
Huh?
so.
Yo.
And even though she might lose focus on staying close to the mic,
The difference is the way it feels to me is the
All
difference.
right,
is,
hold on.
she is not letting her voice get lost in the conversation without getting mad or saying, never mind, that's okay. And that is what was needed. So much so, Flip is trying to get a word in.
Yo, don't make no joke when I talk about my daughter, nigga.
Oh, my bad.
I'm saying that, nigga.
He only said it because he don't got no
Hold
girl.
on, give me a second.
He pushes Mona's mic away to try to get a word in again. And after trying to get his point across when talking about his daughter, he still can't get a word in and says Mona keeps talking over him. The room erupts in laughter to the point that Joe and her talking over him makes his goosebumps act up like Myra's corns.
My corns is fixing the pop.
Talking to you, I'm just
And she
saying.
cost the bag.
Shout out to her. I think she deserves it. But that's
Remember the
point.
bag you said was gonna buy me the leather Italian bag?
I'm about to get mad, yo.
And Joe is playing right into it, knowing it is going to get under Flip's skin. But remember on her last visit, Joe said she talks. So they should have been ready. And I mean, you can't have it both ways. So be careful what you ask for. Now, one of our viewers pointed out that we should have seen this announcement coming because Marc has been dropping hints with his t-shirts. But has he really? And listen, I love a good tee, so I was already digging around for one I saw. But the first one up is the Legend Killer shirt. Marc did recently clarify it wasn't referencing the legend from the 6. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to hunt down the Fela Kuti shirt he rocked on the Tea with Savage Patreon episode. You see where we're going with this? Patterns, people, patterns. And why did the Fela Kuti shirt matter? He's the father of Afrobeat. As a matter of fact, I'll put a link to a documentary about him in the description if you want something to watch between pods. And I still almost chalked it up to coincidence. Or maybe Marc just being extra prepared. But then...
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
He's not just dropping hints for us. He's trolling his own podmates. And I gotta wonder, did the rest of the cast even notice that day? Because look at his smile. Maybe that's his twin Darkwing Lamont Hill sliding in with the t-shirt choices. I tried to tell y'all. I love a good Easter egg. And the not so subtle one to the last 2 episodes, he pulled out his navy Redbubble Illadelph tee, just perfect timing as they ushered Mona in on episode 862, The Donut Shop. We'll give him a pass on that first one, but the last 2, you can't tell me those were random. Oh, and sidebar, I'm so glad that thumbnail was fixed because I was about to be over here twitching like Mona telling that story. I believe Joe giving Mona once a week is time to let the guys adjust to her energy. So far, I'm enjoying the shakeup. I don't know about you guys. It even feels symbolic with the JBP shifting right as the season changes. Leaves may change, but the tree remains. She said her and Joe talked before the pod a couple times. Do you think he put a battery in her back to get under their skin and watch the fireworks? I mean, being on Love and Hip Hop definitely showed him what gets ratings. And with Marc at his side with the Basketball Wives experience, what better way to do that than to get someone as unfiltered as Mona? Between mixing up their names and telling Joe to fire them, it's at this very moment they all are like, what just happened? Tried to tell y'all, be ready for the pod games. Never get too comfortable. It seems like Joe has chose to slowly integrate Mona one day a week, maybe not only because of her 2-hour drive, but to give the guys time to adjust her energy. And Mona made it clear she wants to stay by even mentioning maybe she should move closer. And that's how you do it. Drop breadcrumbs, not your whole bio. Oh, and if y'all think the other guests were going to be the problem, LL told us since the 90s, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. It ain't the baddie in heels you gotta watch. I see you, Mona. I really think the Joe Budden podcast as we knew it, that version, I believe is gone. With every edition, it's gonna bring new personality, new chemistry, new triggers, even if it's once a week. Mona seems like she has thick skin and little to no triggers. Well, except them leaving her unprepared for the intro and outro. But I think that was the whole plan. It's sink or swim, baby. And Mona did the backstroke on him. She said, camera on me, told him the room smelled. She stayed in the moment with whatever ice was breaking his neck to see off camera. We could even hear it, but Mona told them to keep it moving. She is definitely an A mic so far, and that is going to change the pecking order. She weighed in on every topic without tap dancing around it or being afraid that her opinions may cause some doors to never open for her, and I love that. And if that's the case, then those doors were never meant for her to begin with. What's meant for you will be. In an interview with JBP Media, she said that as an only child, she had to be creative, and she used to hold her own imagination class, play the principal, the teacher, the students. Oh my goodness, we are in for some good times. Right now, with all the different personalities and strengths, I think we got the greens, the turkey wings, the rice, and the mac and cheese, the good kind. I mean, a whole Sunday dinner table of seasoned voices. My guess would be Mona is going to push them outside their comfort zone, and her back and forth with Flip, it could either be gold or it could be gasoline. And if Mel comes back, that's two strong women, one measured and one unfiltered. Now the question becomes, will this new dynamic bring balance or fireworks? And something tells me Joe is hoping for the second.
You set the stage for
You're
negativity.
right. But why?
And in my head, I'm like, why would you do that?
But why, Flip? Why did I do that?
I don't
to
know
you?
why you did that.
When I came.
And maybe we're not just getting one new face, because I mean, this was the donut shop, right? Will a baker's half dozen be enough for Joe, or will he go for the whole dozen? I mean, I mentioned Joy Taylor in my last video. Who else do you think he would add? Also adding in sponsorships, branding, other contracts. I think this isn't just about Mona. It's about whether the whole JBP ecosystem can handle the shift and whether Emmy goals are even tied to this specific show. Could a spinoff be brewing? I mean, there's always the Marc and Ian or Ian and Marc show with it giving Abbott Elementary vibes. And how would the main JBP cast feel about that if that's the case? Submissions close by May 8th, depending on which category the pod would fall in. Are there building blocks in between, like the Ambies or the Webby Awards, before Joe Budden and the cast get there? And here's the real question, I think. Is the JBP stepping into its boldest era, or will someone crack under pressure? And if so, who? Nas said all he needed was one mic, but to reach the next level, Joe, I think, is willing to challenge that thought with the addition of Mona and sprinkling in some other varieties. What do you guys think? Is Mona the spark the pod needed, or is this the start of too many mics and too many egos in one room? Whatever the case, I do think that Mona is ready. It's definitely an interesting play. How'd you guys like this episode? And what do you think this week will bring? You know what to do. Let's talk about it in the comments. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, and go check out my Patreon.